time he choose Boston County over Lofa. Is this because he afraid that you will get defeated in Lofa County, or it's a shame? Remind you now, the chief Tamil Taylor died. He didn't show in Lofa County.
Wow.
He got shown in Lofa County, and for the past 15 years, it is the first time ever in the life of General Blanca to register in Boston County after 15 solid years.
Yeah, so many.
You were registering in Lofa County. Even the just ended 2017 election, you registered in Lofa County.
There are so many things behind it, and
strong communication from Lofa.
There are so many things behind it, and we discuss that. So also too, we're gonna be looking at the president visit here to the United States here. Yeah.
So that been a serious issue in our media landscape. A lot of Liberians been wondering what's happening with the fake news on the social media, and the president was interrogated, and it's not stupid. Who can interrogate a sitting president?
And we are here to break it down. We are going to break it down for you guys. Yes, I'm here to break it down. So let the audience out there in Liberia, make sure you grab your pen and paper. If you don't have pen and paper, grab your fire code. Make sure you sweep the floor and make sure you get that fire code to write down on the floor, because Jay Randy is going to give you the breakdown of what happened here, and then we'll start to take calls. So Luis, if you're ready.
Even though some people can be very ignorant when it comes to listening to education that is being provided by somebody who knows much about it,
yes,
but yet and still will give the information.
Yeah, in the midst of disease, that does not mean that you throw away the medicine. So we know that there are people who are sick. The education is the medicine for them. So there's nothing we can do, but we'll continue to do what we need to do, because constant communication is key. Is the antidote to fighting against what I call perception illiteracy. All right. So those who are getting angry, they fall under the spell of perception illiteracy. But we expand on that as the show continue to go ahead. So let me say good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. Right now we are live on Facebook, and I'm sure Luis, you also live too. I'm live from my end.
Yes.
So we are broadcasting on my blog, the J Randy View, and then we are also on YouTube. You can go and check me up there, J Randy Dapo on YouTube. And then we are also broadcasting on Twitch. Twitch is one of the largest Facebook game played by many people around the world. We got our political section on there. And then we are also live to the good people of Liberia. So today is going to be a very interesting conversation, and we will make sure that we provide all the information. So if you're out there, ladies and gentlemen, grab your pen, grab your paper. This is going to be an interactive conversation, what I call PRKE, participatory inter-knowledge exchange or conversation. That means we look forward to your comment. If you're on Facebook, we look forward to your call. Those of you guys in the United States, if you are phone shot, well, we'll take that shot there away, because we'll be looking forward to you calling here. All right. So Luis and Steve, the floor is up to you guys. Where do you guys want for us to start this topic? Which topic you guys want to bring in?
Yeah, so interestingly, like we said, according to our updates as we began, we'll be looking at the purpose of the president's visit to the great United States of America, wherefore he was invited by CIA to go to the headquarters there. It has been looked at by opposition as a different thing, because we do know, we follow all of what been happening across the globe, that a certain president cannot be investigated based on allegation. So tell us, was it true the president was invited, interrogated by the CIA in the great United States of America? If yes, tell us why.
But the question here is, I know we Liberians will always like to ask question for question. So before I begin to answer your question, Steve, what are we aware of that Mr. Weah has done that the United States has complained about, and Mr. Weah has not taken any action? Let's set the foundation. Let's take that to be the first block to lay in the ground. What do we know that Mr. Weah has done that will give Liberian a sense of understanding or a reason to say to their audience that the president is in trouble? The answer is none. Nothing Mr. Weah has done. But hear what I will say to the opposition, to the people of Liberia, listen to the sound of my voice. The job of the opposition is to always bring negative news to their audience. And the reason here is they want to win election. So if you ever think that opposition will bring a better news to you for this government, you are wasting your time. Their purpose of existing, their primary function, their responsibility is to always tell lies. And our responsibility out here on the different social platform and you guys in Radio Land is to counterbalance that lies with the facts. And here is how we begin. You see, the history between Liberia and the United States has come a long way. You will recall that the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, visited Liberia sometime back. It was not because of the bilateral relationship, but back in the days, Liberia had a very strong presence at the United Nations, and Israel at that time needed to get some position within the United Nations. And what did she do? She came to Liberia and said, "Can you guys vote for us? We need your help." And Liberia granted that opportunity to Israel. And today, Israel is a big ball within the United Nations. During the World War II, Liberia provided a pathway to Europe for the United States. And that when the RIA International Airport was built. During the Cold War, many of you guys will remember that they had Omega Tower in the Pineville era. After World War II, the US decided to establish the Omega Tower as a way to communicate. Today, there are many cell phone towers in the world today. That is what we call the commercial cell tower. But the Omega Tower was a military US government installation that helped to monitor the US Navy, the submarine, to give them clear communication when they leave the shore of Europe into Africa. That was used for the Cold War. When Ronald Reagan, prior to leaving office, managed to dismantle the USSR, that include many nations, especially in Eastern Europe, that Russia was leading, there was no need for that Omega Tower. They used to have one of that tower in Libya and the other was in Liberia. Now, moving along the way, before 1989 war, the U.S. intelligence agency in Africa was in Liberia. Not many people know this. So if you look at all the positive things that Liberia has done for the United States, that is the reason, or one of the reasons that Mr. Weah was invited to the CIA headquarters. And also the NSA, all right? The NSA of Liberia, the National Security Agency, the NSA, that building and other tools, material that is within that building. In that building, they were sponsored by the CIA as a partner to boost the security. What the opposition failed to tell the people and will make clear, the United States have been a superpower in the world. Today, we see the Chinese trying to rise up. Today, we see the war taking place in Europe between Russia and Ukraine. The Russian president has been classified as somebody who is a war criminal. The next thing you know, the Chinese are going to his aid. China is the second superpower. So if Chinese are going to Russia, that means they are creating an ally to go against the United States. So when the United States look at all eight partners, guess who is looking at? Liberia as a key member. But one thing I want people to understand, the Security Intelligence Agency, that is the NSA, the African division was in Liberia before 1989 war. That made Liberia a very significant country. The last thing that just happened recently, during the Obama administration, the United States military got bases all around the continent, the seven continent. Recently, prior to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf leaving office, they wanted to establish the AFRICOM, that is the U.S. military division in Africa. They approached Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to put that in Liberia, but for some reason she did not accept that during the Obama administration. So when the CIA headquarters, I mean, when the NSA headquarters were being dedicated, the U.S. ambassador were there, and then the CIA boss visited Liberia and met with President Weah in the beginning of this year. And after that, Mr. Weah was invited to come to the United States. It's vis-a-vis. So with everything I have said, the important that Liberia played, the important role that Liberia played today, and when you listen to the U.S., the United States is a country that don't afraid of nobody to say anything. Few months ago, they gathered, they said Mageo, Bill Trawe, and of course Serena Sifa, they were all under sanction. Did you see the U.S. backing down? No. Do you think if the U.S. had issue with President Weah, they were going to invite him here? No. It is called international collaboration. The world is going in a direction that the U.S. need all its allies. And Liberians should be proud of President Weah coming to the CIA headquarters. Because what President Weah has done, Americans will forever remember what he has done. Because it is called building coalition among the allies. And the president is making a greater sacrifice. The sacrifice that Eddie Johnson said he did not make is what Mr. Weah is doing. By coming here and working with one of the top spy security agencies in the world. And I will say this to you guys, listen to the sound of my voice. The return that Mr. Weah is coming to Liberia now is a different man now. If you ever read the Bible when Moses went to the mountain, and when Moses came out, his hair was all gray, and he was looking different. The visit that Mr. Weah made to the CIA headquarters is a different man now. Because that is the U.S. highest intelligence collecting agency.
I know we'll still come to the message and that probably may convince Liberians to tell us that when he's coming by, it becomes like a Moses in the Bible. But a message for somebody here that is very important. I'll read to you. One James Tano says, I should please tell you to unblock him because he meant to at the time in Washington, D.C. during President Weah's visits. And you told him you was going to block him.
Yeah, but I understand, but we are on a very important discussion. So Tano should be sending you message inbox, and it should not be interfering with our broadcast here. Yeah, so
thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was a busy.
Yeah, let him inbox. Let him.
Coming back.
Yeah, let him.
What good things?
Yeah, so
expected from John Weah's new face.
So here is what happened here now. I already laid out the foundation of relationship between Liberia and the United States.
Yes.
Now, today, if you look at the world today, the Russians are against the Ukrainian. The Americans are supporting the Ukrainians. The Chinese decided to take side with the Russian. That is what we call power tussle. Now, the U.S. is looking at all its allies. The Chinese today are having greater influence in Africa that is causing a lot of problems. The Chinese are in Ghana, they are in Kenya, they are in Mali, and they are in other countries. U.S. and Liberia relationship is very strong. The U.S. want to maintain its supremacy in Africa. And to do that, she needs all her allies. You will recall when President Weah fired Louis Brown, that good for nothing guy. What Mr. Weah said. In Mr. Weah deliberation of Louis Brown removal from that position, he said, Liberia is a strong ally to the United States, and at the United Nations, whatever we Liberians see the United States is doing, we will always pay support to the United States. And that was a great, great, powerful message that he sent. Secondly, when Mr. Weah, official of government, Serena Seaford, Nathaniel McGill, and Bill Trawe was sanctioned, Mr. Weah took that bold step in the spirit of peace, in the spirit of transparency, and said to the three gentlemen, thank you for your service, but what you guys have done, the international community that helped us and been helping us, they are not doing the right thing. That was a decision that the United States appreciate. So why would people get up in Liberia or on Facebook and just go, oh, the president did, the president did? Those are good for nothing people, but we'll come to them. But at the CIA headquarters, I can tell you right now, there is no information that will be leaked out to any Liberian journalist in our country. There is no information that will be given out to anybody. Why? Because even the press in the United States, the level of freedom of expression we have in this country, the CIA intelligence information is not subject to many other freedom of information act, especially when it is classified until it becomes declassified. That when that information will be released. My point here is whatever Mr. Weah has discussed with the CIA, it will not be a public published information because it's all coded into secret intelligence that cannot be released. But I will say this, everything that Liberians have been saying about George Weah, with him meeting the CIA, I am very optimistic that Mr. Weah has seen a lot of things now that he never saw since he became a human being on the face of the planet. The information the CIA had released to Mr. Weah as it relates to protecting the homeland of the United States and protecting Allah around the world, and the role Liberia plays and what happened in Liberia over there, Mr. Weah had been briefed on those things. In the United States here, between 9 a.m. to 10 o'clock, the U.S. intelligence agency always brief the United States president every morning about happening around the world. So the U.S. intelligence agency is not the so-called politician them. Where Mr. Weah has gone, there are many African leaders today on our continent and in the world that have never had a chance to sit down with the CIA to further discuss what is happening. That tells you that Liberia is a very significant country.
Randy,
yes,
there is this information I really dispel, especially from the ears of some Liberians in opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard or read history of a certain president facing investigation? Because that's some of the headlines.
Well,
for the oppositions and all news outlets.
Well, it just goes to show that those that are putting the information out there, they lack knowledge of how information should be put out there. Like the question you keep asking, and I keep coming back, posting question to you, what have you seen or what anyone in the country, including those that are putting the information out there, what suspicious activities that the United States have identified, and I mentioned President Weah name. You see, in the United States here, things are done with evidence. You see, your so-called CEO you used to have on Spoon that used to be in Liberia, the FBI did not go picking up like that. The FBI had a long surveillance on him, and they announced that he was indicted through a grand jury of lawyers. Vladimir Putin of Russia had publicly been declared a war criminal because of evidence. If you guys think that President Weah has done something wrong and the U.S. needed him, you don't think the U.S. will make it public? The U.S. can come and grab Charles Taylor, George Bush in America here, and say, Taylor must resign now. That George Weah, that the U.S. government will say we want. You see, today, young journalists in the country, they need training. I see a lot of gaps within the field of journalism in our country. They got no training. They are not certificated. So they will just come up with information that will give people the reason. And just to tap into that more deeper, Stephen, there is something called perception illiteracy. I want Liberians to remember that. Perception illiteracy is a information that people put out there with all no verification, and other people go and buy that information. In America here, even our own children will tell them, say, go to bed. They will tell you, say, why, mommy? Why? Because they demand a clear explanation. When you got people who are journalists in the country that got no experience whatsoever, and just come up one morning and say, oh, the president is under investigation, and there's nobody there to ask them to say, but where are you getting your source of information from? And how true is this information? And can I trust your information but verify it? Those level and layers of information verification are not in Liberia. And so those who are coming up with the information, you should not only see it as alternative facts, but they are living under the spell of perception illiteracy. Perception illiteracy, like I said, when people come and tell you something, somebody say, yeah, you see, Stephen is the number one role in the country, or Jay Rennie is the number one role in America. And with all no hesitation, somebody just take it and run with it. Oh, yeah, the man is this, the man is that. Those are living who believe in those things with all verification. We say they are living with perception illiteracy. And the way they do it in a way that is becoming so interesting, those who come up with that information, they are not media people. You know who they are? We call them the distributor. They are distributor of perception illiteracy. That's who they are. And, and those who take that information from the perception illiterate individual, we call them what? The carrier of perception illiteracy. They hear the information today, they don't process it, and they just carry it from one place to another. And you know what I do for our country? It make our country look bad. It make our country to be a country that got no process of how things are done. So now, the president came to the United States here. He went through what he's supposed to go through. The CIA is a secret organization. Let anybody in Liberia right now go on the CIA website. It is different from any other security force website in the United States. They don't just put information out there. And the CIA is an institution that operates by itself independently. So anyone that is invited to the CIA headquarters will not go to the White House, will not go to the Department of Defense. So those who are coming up with that misinformation, let them tell you where they got their sources from. Tell them, say, look, I believe what you're saying, but where is the source of your information so I can follow up with them? That's how we are trained in America here. So those who are doing those things, they are suffering from what I call political depression. Those who are disseminating that information, they are suffering from political depression. Political depression, or those who are political depressors, depressors, are people who are not seeing their way through. They are on social media. They have been fired from the government. They are in the print media. They are suffering from political depression because of what the president is doing in the country. They see the impossibility of them getting back to power. So what do? They find way to entertain their audience, their little tiny supporters, with misinformation out there. And that's what they're doing. So I would say to Liberian, there is nothing illegal about you asking any journalist or any talk show host for their source of reference and telling them, I believe what you say, but I need to verify it. If you don't follow that channel, that standard, then you are not a human being that God created in his own image. Even in the Bible, when the disciple went to Thomas and they told Thomas Jesus was alive again, Stephen, what did Thomas tell them? Okay, Louis. Okay, Louis. Let me pose the question to Louis. Louis, say you there. When the disciple went to to Thomas and said Jesus Christ has risen, what did Thomas tell them?
He didn't believe it.
Good. And he fought. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for that answer. And may God bless you. Now, Liberians listen to Stephen providing that answer. If a journalist or a talk show who come to you and tell you, oh, the president is going on an investigation, you want to tell me you cannot be like Thomas in the Bible to say until I see the truth of that information you're giving me, I will not believe it.
But the more funny part of it, no sovereign nation president can go to investigation by.
Forget about that sovereign nation thing there. Forget about that sovereign nation thing. The CIA got no boundary. If you guys remember history, General Noriega of Panama, when the US got ready for him, they went to his own country and grabbed him and brought him to America here. That is the history that is missing for the younger generation. All right? The US, when they want anybody, they will come and get you. But let me say this. The president returned to Liberia. That election is over now. There's no contest in this coming election, to be honest with you guys. And that's the news I get for Liberian. The president meeting with the CIA, as long Mr. Weah maintain the relationship with America and the CIA, there is no contest in this coming election. That is the good news that I get for the people of Liberia. But what I would say, if Mr. Weah returned to Liberia, his mindset now would be different. His mindset would be different. Because the way he sees the war now, and those who are on the ground calling themselves politicians, things that the CIA has reviewed, he knows those things, but he's not going to disclose it. But whenever his physical look, that thing will be done differently. You see, when I listen to talk show hosts during the course of this week, providing perception illiteracy information in the form of political entertainment, all I can see is nothing but depression. These guys are suffering from political depression. They are suffering from political depression because of so many reasons. Go ahead, Stevie. Louis.
Sorry, I just got a notification today. It's Betty Goosen, big sister Betty Goosen birthday. She already following us. She said we did not. I was not here for the show's big sister Betty. After the show, we'll post it up. Trust me, after the show, we're gonna post
it. Yeah, so just say something about her birthday. Just say something about her birthday. Just say something about her birthday. Louis.
Okay.
Just wish her happy.
Happy birthday to the happy birthday to the big sister Betty Goosen. Matter of fact, the entire show is dedicated to you. And sorry for the late upcoming. We will notify the show, and right after the show, we're going to post your photo on the page. And I wish you all the best. I celebrate your native day on today.
Yep, and from my end here, Sis Betty, I want to wish you many more happy return. All right, because you have to live to see Cummings losing. You have to live to see Boca losing. You have to live to see Mr. Weah leaving office by 2029, and you have to live to see the next president of Liberia coming from the CDC again. So you got to live to tell your grandchildren all that thing. So that is my part of birthday wishes to you. So Stevie and Luis, let me tell you about the guys who are in the opposition, most especially the talk show hosts in America. The guys in this country here, majority of them, they are doing nothing here. They are catching hard time. They are suffering here. They don't have stable jobs. They don't have stable homes. They are very, 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 very in bad shape here. And what do you think they will do? They will try to put out there misinformation, disinformation, alternative facts to please their audience. But the Liberians, they are not in your interest. You see, I will give you guys one good example. You see the guy they call Eugene Fagon? I don't like to talk about him, but I want the Liberian people to understand from me, who know Eugene Fagon very well. Fagon left from Liberia, went to the Ivory Coast, and from there he went to Ghana and came to Johnson City, Tennessee as a refugee. That was God's blessing. Everyone in Liberia, it is their wish list that one day they should travel and come to a better country or an advanced country to get an advanced degree and return home one day. Even Liberians that live in this country, many of them want to return home with what they have achieved, but there are only a few that will return home. So Mr. Fagon came here through the gift of God that he provided to everyone, including myself. And when he arrived here, aside from God's gift, men decided to give Fagon the opportunity to live a better life here. And that is the U.S. government that is ran by individuals. Fagon had the opportunity to go to school and only obtain an associate degree. Fagon refused to find a stable job to work and gain a lot of experience. There was no problem with that. But Mr. Weah, another man, gave Fagon the opportunity among many Liberians in the United States here and told Mr. Fagon to Liberia to work. That is an opportunity pathway that God and man created for Eugene Fagon. But guess what happened to Eugene Fagon in the end? He became a surprise, a poor performance on the job. He became a total disaster and a failure on the job. There are many Liberians here, seditionists, and other Liberians that want to work in our government to perform. But guess what? The opportunity was given to Fagon. Fagon sat in that role. He could not even establish a vision. He could not even define a function as to what he wants to achieve, what are his goals, and how does he measure his goal. And in the end, Mr. Weah had to let him go. The man came back in America here, and he wants Liberian here to understand that he was not treated fairly. But when you look at what I just said, coming from the Ivory Coast, going to Ghana, coming here, the women giving him the opportunity, and today he cannot deliver. Let's just hold that for a second. The man is in America here now. Why he cannot get a job here? The man is unemployed. The man is depending on Liberians who are working hard here and collecting food stamp. Liberians are work hard in this country. The taxes they take off their paycheck is why Eugene Fagon is living on here. Because Eugene Fagon does not have the qualification to work. You see, those of you guys that remember the Ellen Johnson City days, John Molu worked for Ellen. But when Ellen refused to renew his contract, John Molu got on a plane, came back to the United States, and John Molu got a very beautiful job here that taking him around the country and around the world. Ellen first found out minister. After she disagreed with Ellen, she came back. She now working at, I think, the World Bank, and she doing extremely well. But what about your man Fagon? Because Fagon is unemployed in America because he was never, ever ready to be given an opportunity. But you know who I blame? Stephen and Louis. Do you know who I blame?
No.
I blame President Weah. I blame President Weah for being so loving and kind to Liberians. And that was making a leader of love. Mr. Weah know that Eugene Fagon had no experience. People told him. But because he felt sorry for Fagon and said, you know what, we have to try these people and see what they can do. And the men were in that place. And nothing he did productive. So I just see the man behavior as very embarrassing to the president. But that's who Mr. Weah is. He will give you the opportunity. Because like they always say, put the man on the field, let's see what the man can do. The president called the man on the starting lineup. The man became a liability. You see, in life, there are two things that will happen. When somebody call you, you either see yourself as an added value or a liability. Because Eugene Fagon poor performance on that job, it made him to become a liability. So today, when you see Fagon masquerading around and carrying false information, he's doing it through what we call perception illiteracy. And he does that by using political entertainment to please the opposition. But you know what the Eugene Fagon greatest problem right now? Stephen and Louis, do you know what the Eugene Fagon greatest problem? He is suffering from what I would describe as a political depression. And you know, somebody will tell you they may suffering from, and you know, love depression. Some of you got your girlfriend out there. When you get frustrated, you go to another man, or the man frustrated, you go to another woman. You go into depression. Some people suffer from love depression. Some people suffer from loss of joy depression. There are many depressions out there. But because Fagon is into politics, he's suffering from political depression. And there are many of them. Joseph Boyka is also suffering from political depression. Alexander Cummings is suffering from political depression. And when you look at Cummings, the man came to America, he can't wear woman gown. You think that man he arrested a mind? That a political depression that is grabbing these guys from one place to another. And you know where it's coming from? It is coming from the fact that President Weah, with the improvement he's doing in the country, the transformation that he put in place that had never been put in place since 1847, because I believe he took office when the country was 170 years old. The things that Liberia never saw, for example, you see in the Emory Hospital in Bapuru County, you see in the dam they put trying to build in that same region, the roads, the other infrastructure. Those are things that were never in place before. If anybody disagree with me, tell me what year Bapuru had hospital, what year Bapuru had a dam, and other development across the country that were there before Mr. Weah came to office. And if they were there, why are people overwhelmed about that? Why are people so happy? You see, when Joseph Boyka went to give Jefferson Koji that Lofa Hero Award, it was a shame but it was the right thing that Joseph Boyka did. Because what I want Labrador to understand, Joseph Boyka recognizing Jefferson Koji work, it shows that of all the 45 years that Joseph Boyka had been in that county, I mean in the government, serving in different positions from that county, it showed that Joseph Boyka has been a massive disaster and a failure. So to see the young people from that county that were not even born when Joseph Boyka started working in government, and the little development they had done so far, just under 5 years, Joseph Boyka got no choice but to get up and say thank you. And do you think I'm surprised? Hold on, let me just finish this quick. Yeah. When Stephen said that Joseph Boyka, or I think you said Joseph Boyka had registered in Mosquito County, do you think? Okay, let me tell you the reason why. When you see Joseph Boyka giving the Hero Award to Jefferson Koji as the hero of Louva County, do you think Joseph Boyka is there to go register in that county? He's not going to get no vote. He's not going to get no vote. That is why he changed his voting status from his county. Number two, it is a health issue too. The old man cannot go on that road with that car bouncing like that. That would be a different thing in our election history. That is the two reasons. But Luis, go ahead. What you want to say in regards to that, doing the honoring and the presentation of that award? You were about to say something. Go ahead.
During that program, during the honoring program, Honorable Thomas Fala, who is contesting district of one Foya, the Foya district where they have just built the first modern town hall ever in the history of Louva County.
There you go.
A modern town hall, first ever.
There you go.
So, yeah, first ever in the history of Louva County. That town hall will be dedicated very soon. It's almost completion. First ever. And then Thomas Fala asked the old man, openly among the public.
Yeah.
He said, "We love you. You have worked hard for our county, and the country at large. Please retire."
Yes. Yes.
So maybe man brother retire. Please
yes.
Retire.
But the whole thing is Luis, I want Labrador to sit back and think about this, not just on the show. What you see Thomas Fala and Jefferson Koji had done for the two counties, just on 6 years. When you look at a man that is from the same country that people brag about having 45 years, and there's a guy who Sekou Carrasco interviewed the last time in 2017 that said Joseph Boyka got no tangible. When you listen to what that guy said, if you were to bring that guy back today, after speaking to Sekou Carrasco during the 2017 election campaign, and you bring that guy back today and say, look at Louva County today, look at Bapuru County, what can you say about Thomas Fala and Jefferson Koji? That conversation will be different today because he will be able to.
There's a lady, I just found an interview. I was listening to. There's a lady recent transfer last year said she can put her life on the line. So kissing she did interview.
I got an interview.
That Boyka will never win Louva County if you do.
And reason for the people confidence level is because these people grandparents. You see, Joseph Boyka have been part of a generation that failed many parents and grandparents today. When you look across the country, there are people 60s, 70s that cannot read and write. They got no benefit and they just living day by day until God can call them home. Why? Because when Joseph Boyka, for the 45 years that he served in government, there's nothing that Joseph Boyka did to help open the minds of those generation of people. Now, the children and grandchildren of the generation that Joseph Boyka and the past administration destroy, when they see someone like Jefferson Koji, Thomas Fala, doing extremely well for them, Louis and Stephen, do you think the young generation will go take their vote and give it to a man like Joseph Boyka that has no more future? You think the children will go invest there? Let me tell you, when you're over 70 years old, you don't have future on the field of the planet again. When you pass 70 years old, you don't have future on the planet. Do you think the young children will go take their future and go put it in the hands of Joseph Boyka? No. But I will say this. Thomas Fala and Jefferson Koji, in my opinion and observation, They are doing things that people who represent their state in the United States here in Washington, D.C., and even those that go to the state capital, Thomas Fala and Jefferson Koji are a prime example of that. What do I mean by that? Under the Weah administration, Bapolu and Lofa County are transforming by the day because those boys are taking every energy opportunity to improve their county. And what they are doing, in addition to what President Weah has done, you see, back in the days, Morado County used to be the city of opportunities. Everybody will leave from one village, whether it's Maryland, Grand Gita, River G, Riverside, they will come to Morovia for anything. But with what Mr. Weah is doing today, it is giving the other counties what I call a city of possibility now. When you look at Bapuru, where that hospital is, when you look at the dam that is being built, when you look at the storage tank that Mr. Weah is building in Maryland, why you think the city and the resident in that place, they are trying to say to themselves, we believe that our city can be a possibility to become a better city as well. So those transformations, when the opposition sees those things, it becomes a very embarrassing situation that gave them no reason to go out there and campaign because they got no message. And that's where the political depression. Political depression is real in this country. Start to counsel our fellow talk show hosts as well as our politicians, because Mr. Weah's ability to help transform that country is giving a lot of frustration back to the opposition, and all it's doing for them is making them to be politically depressed. So when you see Boca, Cummings, and all the other talk show hosts are coming out here with misinformation, saying that the president is going to be interrogated or the president is this, is nothing but political depression. They are suffering from mental political depression because the opportunity that the president continues to utilize for the people of Liberia, there's no record, there's no strategy that can beat it. And all they will do is to come out here and provide misinformation in the form of perception illiteracy. And the perception illiteracy, they do that through some political entertainment just to please themselves. But they know that they stand no chance, Louis. They know they stand no chance, Stephen. That's what happening to them today. And they are all here in America here. The president left the soil here of the United States, I believe, Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. And there were no sound of arrest, nothing. There were no breaking news on any platform because they knew to the back of their mind that while they were telling the Liberian people, it was nothing but a bunch of lies. And since the president left, they have not come out to say anything in regards to the president's visit to the CIA headquarters in the United States. So, Steve, I don't know, but we'll hold it there and see what we can get called for the people and let's hear what they have to say if you guys don't have anything to say. But I would like to stop here because I think enough information.
And let me say this to our Liberian people. The district number 10 is trying to be a violent area going through this election process. And the issue of sedition and Yaga Koluba is increasing on a daily basis in district number 10, Mosuela County. You know, there are a lot of folks traveling to that part of the country in District 10, they want to register to see the Yake. But I will say to you guys, we need to do that in a very peaceful manner. We don't want a chaotic situation. Also, Yake and the gangster group. You know, we saw them put on fire, and citizens on the other side should know better. We should know better. It shouldn't be the one causing most harm. They're good. When we saw the youth chairperson of CDC, Emmanuel, leading a whole squad running to go to the District 10.
Look, let me come into that and speak to that. Let me come in there, Stevie, and speak to that, right? So this is the Bakuba show. You know, there's always this saying that the older they want to die, and then you go take the older stay from her hand. If you are a citizen, listen to me here. and you believe in your party, the last thing you want to do is to get in the way of violent people. So I will say this to Moba Molu, and I will start to push it to sedition. Your president is taking every risk in the world. Your president is making the greatest sacrifice for the people of Liberia. Whether you go into district number 10 to register and people pushing you away, remember that in 1989, they ran up many additional boys to get rid of Samuel Kanyando. It did not change that country. And what make you think by putting men together in the name of CDC and going over there? That never happened when CDC was in opposition. All the time Ellen Johnson said he was in opposition, I never saw President Weah taking young people and going anywhere to go cause trouble. Those who are doing those things, they are not in the interest of the CDC.
I remember, I don't know if you remember that. I remember a few years back during opposition days, there was a group on the ballot Marceli State that campaign.
Yes.
And you remember that campaign, Marceli State campaign?
Yes. That Achisano,
President George Weah. It took President George Weah to flew from Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, to Liberia. And they had a meeting at the Georgia Pater, another Methodist church, and who call it? West Point, who was out there?
Yeah.
Johansi. There's a meeting in Georgia called at that place in Johansi, and he was clear with them.
Yes.
He said to them, if you guys believe that I'm your leader, if you guys want to go to the presidency, violence.
Yes.
I won't go there through. So stop this time and say start a campaign. It must because we guys will not contest a president. They'll go through the ballot box, they'll go to the people process, and if I win, I'll win and become president.
And that is the message that the 17 district leaders in Morocco County, and that is the message that how they call it, Moba Molu. So Moba Molu need to release an immediate press release.
Molu issue a press statement on your official Facebook page saying every citizens who will be caught in that district into the riot will be prosecuted. They should be peaceful and go and register to vote. But they should stay away from violence.
And what he also need to do, because the action is not on Facebook. The action is in that district. Moba Molu need to get on his bull. Okay, all right. He need to get on his bullhorn and make that announcement that you just read to me, or the PA system. Just how you hear the training and be talking about buy your scratch card. This one here, we're all hearing it here, and make sure he made that announcement that whoever out there pretending to be in the name of CDC, putting group together, you are not part of our party. Our party is a non-violent party because we represent our leader who for 12 years was always a peaceful man. And just recently, the so-called group that called themselves CDC, COP, the president denied them because they are not part of us. So if you're out there and want to be a gladiator, we do not have gladiator in the party here. We have party mandate, and that mandate is expected of every CDC partisan to follow that. We must assemble peacefully and have a leader who will take us to go and register in that district. And let us make sure.
Yeah, I want to read out the exact statement first of the party chairman, so all folks who listening will hear to that. He says here.
I hope he will pay you for that. The CDC got to pay you for that. Yes, I hope they will pay you for that because I hope they will pay you for that. Yes, go ahead.
They say condemn violent intention number 10. Chairman Molu writes, condemn violent intention number 10. Call on the Ministry of Justice to investigate perpetrators. The Mother Congress Democratic Change is plea by alleged violence integrated of citizens via a so-called caloric intelligence of 10. The action undermines the high-end peace, which has been championed legacy by our standard bearer, Dr. George Weah. So that already said, if you say the peace will end today, then champion by President George Weah, that means make sure go from house to house, door to door, have a PA system.
Yes.
Get involved.
Yes.
Get jingles.
Yes.
Radio stations.
Yes.
Two of the length and breadth of Liberia.
Yes. Make sure you remind them that the president that you guys were with for 12 years in opposition, there was never a day that he ever exhibited any form of violence. He is a peaceful man. So whoever is caught in the action of behaving violently, you will not only be excommunicated, but you will face the justice that's supposed to maintain peace in our country. If you want to register, we have district leaders, we have CDC auxiliary. You should go and they will be able to assist you guys to go out there. Liberia is not a country of gangster across every community across the country. No. Seditions are expected to be peaceful. There were seditions who died in the name of peace. Their name can be remembered.
Sure. But look at the hall today, their conference hall. The Pabisolo conference hall.
Mm-hmm.
It was after someone lost their life.
Okay.
There are not someone lost their life.
Okay.
You see the party and this leadership today at the end.
Okay. So they were protesting.
I remember November 7.
Yes.
November 7 2011. I was at that party headquarters covering activities.
Yes.
When live bullet was shoot at that party headquarters.
Okay. So
on that day.
Yeah.
Really, guess what? Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
For that incident, I told myself I can now call. I can never cooperate in Liberia.
Yes.
When it happened to us at the party headquarters.
So
bullets were flying.
Yeah. So
2011.
So sedition were on their own party turf, on their own party land when people infiltrated in them. And those guys who lay their life down, people who just come into the party or been in the party, they need to understand. And the only way to understand is communication. Communication is the inter-exchange of knowledge that will constantly remind you of your duty. The CDC party is governed by a constitution and a bylaw that also place emphasis on partisan discipline in the society. Many are out here who are pushing the CDC message. We are not talking violence here. And there's nowhere on any CDC platform. Okay. So the CDC disciplinary arm of the party, not physical discipline now, but the CDC policy team that look at bad behavior out there. You know, in America, we say they got good cop, they got bad cop. In every organization, they got good people, they got bad people. Like man, like Louis Brown, he went and took the man $70,000. He ran away with ANC, put in the drawer. That's another bad element there in the ANC, but another topic for another day. But in every organization, there is always an expectation of a bad person and a good person. And the way to make sure that you keep people in check is to make sure that you re-emphasize the party disciplinary action, that if any member is caught misbehaving, they will be facing the full weight of the law. Because the last thing you want to do is to allow guys like Yeke Koluba to come out, because let's understand, they gone good for nothing human rights report that came out. They said Yeke Koluba was tested by the government. And what they're doing again, they want to put Yeke Koluba's name into the 2023 human rights report that will come out in March of 2024. We don't want that. We don't want that. Because you'll be giving the men relevant. We give the men relevant. We don't want that. So the young people need to listen. So that open the line, Luis.
All right, folks. To join us now, for those that are watching the internet, it's +231 77 88 3875. No, sorry. You use the line from Rennie M. Sorry, I want to announce the number.
I already posted the number. Those that are watching, I already posted the number. So
okay. So for Liberia, you call 0775 360 356 0775 360 356. or better still, you call 0555 679 089. 0555 679 0. Take the first caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Your name, where you join us from?
I managed to get there. I called from district number 1 to be the hearing center.
Fellow district number 1, let's hear you. That is answer district capital.
I want to explore your guest.
He's not a guest, he's the host of the show.
Yeah, I want to explore him.
Okay.
Well, our business country has been maintaining which I'm encouraged again now. My one time to put me as the next president of the Republic of Nigeria. The reason there is clear. I'm from Lima, I'm from 70 region. Instead of all of those good politicians that time they country, they threw me and now can put that to my own directly. But they were supposed to get a rich quota in my town. My brother, my whole world too. Whosoever friend I will listen, I will get to. And God, thank you.
Thank you. We're still taking your calls here. 0775 360 356 360 I better still you call 555 679 Now go back to the phone line and take this person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you join us from?
Well, I'm trying to call it on the Oro.
On the Oro, friend, go ahead.
Yeah, so when we left from the US,
Okay.
we said, we ready. So whether you are with me or you are out of the you, and we have seen the impact by estimation, but there have been rumors around, and you won't watch that. Those are perception is making say something. That's what people spread out. When we see somebody try to do that for voting rate, they try to provoke it. I mean, provoke it or in our police speak. When you find out, I think you have all the years, and say, oh, my man is doing all your president, you know, when you're not in front, the information very far on someone. Yeah, so I want to commend them always do more right, and you guys couple with your ideas. That many people be educated to that, to afford it.
Okay, thank you. Join this person. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you know where John is from?
Yeah, I'm even without going from Grandmaster.
From Grandmaster? Can you put Grandmaster you call us from?
I'm from Pichano.
Around Maria Parking
New Pichano.
Oh, New Buchanan, that's good. Like, Buchanan, let's say, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm returning to you for the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
Good evening. Yes, yeah, you know from. Let's say from the New Integration Hospital, but cover.
I would say thanks to the Honorable Mayor for the fascinating discussion, for the clarity, especially for those novice people. Because when you're novice or something, you conform with your decision. And with some all I very inclined, we said no city president can be arrested. And one fact we know that it is a historical precedent for the Republic of Nigeria. A champion in peace. This man loves a thousand men. Always, in been winning for 2000 for this time for his state, let peace reign. Let it over lead. I will say he the best president after all. And indeed, why people always say this in there, I don't really understand. And we, the youth, we still love this man. In fact, when you bring up this just to develop our country, these guys, they say, radio station, recording to say they have the opportunity, they stranded it. That will help me a lot. Your stranded will be able to do what they get a chance to do. This country belongs to the young people of Liberia and the common people. And we the common people spirit, we are ready for people back. And what is it? Record the research. Working people as Liberia qualify this coming Tuesday. They will have that again. When there is a record, yeah, you will see it.
Okay, thank you. Then put the note line, take this person for line 2. Let's hear you. Can I hear that? You see, you ready? Let me take his plate from that one. Hello. Yes, sir. You need a Josh one?
Yeah, my line here is not working. I don't know.
Okay, that's it. Cookie, go to the WhatsApp line. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm on the
Is that the guy of the show?
Yes, I just want to appreciate the reality. First discussion.
Okay.
Yes, the problem of is very bad for us. We are living here.
Okay.
So we are telling them to stop. So if the only thing we need now something now. Yes, we are stay away. Our also those that want to go very short. They are not all on the whole. We are 4 weeks and they're not pleased with that.
Okay.
Let them stop.
Okay.
Let people keep showering and start without the only solution to our peace. So thank you so much for this discussion.
Okay, thank you. Y'all go to the US and take someone from the WhatsApp line. Really?
Yeah. Oh no, I just turned I just turned it on. I just turned it on. When call can will let you know. I just turned it on.
Okay, thank you.
So keep taking your calls.
0775-360356, 0775-360356, 0555-679-089, 0555-679-089. And the number to call from Liberia, and you'll be a part. We are here this evening. This is the Weah show that comes every Saturday and Sunday evening in Liberia from 6 to the 8 o'clock. And we are here today. And Jay Rennie Dapper is in the US, while Louis and Steven is here in Liberia. Let's take this question.
Good.
Yes, here, you need to join us from. Yes, say my second. We'll go ahead and hear you.
Where are we going?
So guys, you guys can call now. The phone is up now. Let's see it.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. That John is playing that one. Really?
Yeah,
I'm good anyway, Joshua.
I'm really good. I call from number 4 where you take on.
Well, let's hear you there.
Yeah, so with all of what you say, what is president location of our president?
Yeah, well, I play some reason he's in America.
Hold on, caller.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. Luis, I got a caller here. Luis, I got a caller.
Take that person.
All right. Caller, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm getting you guys clear.
All right, go ahead. Have your say, sir. You live.
Hello?
Go ahead. Have your say. You live.
Hello?
Go ahead. You are live. Go ahead. You are live. Go ahead. You are live.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Aaron SK. I'm calling from the USA. To be precise, I'm calling from Pennsylvania. Mr. Rennie, thank you so much. And the guys in studio, I've been following for a while now. I'm one of your regular listeners as well. You have said it all. There absolutely no way a sitting president can be arrested in the United States soil. If he has committed any crime, he could be right in Liberia. They could issue an arrest warrant for him. He's going to put it up, and he could be arrested anywhere his location would be arrested.
Yep.
Like you regularly said, it's a classified information. The CIA is not just a little bit organization or institution like the little man in Liberia they knew about. So the CIA is a big institution when it comes, especially in the United States, when it comes to security aspect. So by then inviting President Weah to come and have a discussion with him. These are all classified information, and it will not be put outside to the public. So the opposition guys, they get wrong with all the lies they think they can, but as far as we concerned, President Weah is doing well in the United States of America. He met with the people, they will discuss what they have to discuss. At the end of the day, let him go. I think President Weah is supposed to be on his way back. I think he's supposed to be heading to UAE or back to Liberia. One of them. So President Weah is doing well. We just want to say thank you, Senior Brother Ronnie. You're doing extremely well. For your return, you actually been pushing the agenda. So thank you so much. And also thank you to the guys and thank you to the listening audience, which have in Liberia too as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. All right, Luis, back to you. Luis, back to you.
Okay. So you in Liberia, now you give the place of call, we'll take it 0775 360356 07. Take this one on the second line. Now, two good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name is Josh from? Your line coming broken, or? From Dubo, that's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. On the personal. People who are the opposition, this opposition,
Hold on, caller. Hold on. Luis, I got a caller. Luis, I got a caller here.
Don't go to the US and take someone on the international now. Go ahead.
Caller, go ahead.
This is Jerome Gamer. I call from Miami, Florida.
Hey, Jerome Gamer, can you speak a little bit louder, Jerome, please? Can you speak a little bit louder? Go ahead. We can hear you.
Big brother Jerome Gamer.
Yes. How you guys doing down there?
Okay, big brother.
Great. Listen, two things real quick. As the political news get tightened around Yekakova, they will begin to stage attacks and all of those things that are going on there. This man knows that he's about to lose, and he's trying to gain sympathy from everybody. You see his surrogate, the ANC folks, they're all running with that. They didn't even mention that Yekakova sent people to attack Josephine Davis. They didn't even mention that. They went to the lady's house. They didn't see her. They caught up with her at a supermarket, at a store, and attacked her. And this is a woman, a lady. And nobody say anything. But they are talking about people perceive, people believe to be seditious. People believe to be seditious. They don't know these people. We know very those are the same Yekakoluba folks trying to gain sympathy from anybody who can listen to saying that the government is attacking him. Attacking for what? But we just want to let the people in Liberia know that we understand what's going on. We know the tricks. We know exactly what they are doing. Election will be held. It's going to be defeated. That's their primary goal is to disrupt the election.
Yes.
To make sure that there's no election. Their only hope is interim government so they can have a say so.
That's not going to work. That's not going to work.
The Liberian people are resolved to re-elect the CDC, and that's it. Number two, talking about the president's trip to the CIA, it is unprecedented, and it is a win for Liberia and Black Africa. President George Weah is now the selected darling of the West to propagate the West, the United States foreign policy. When you look around what's happening in Africa, you will find the Wagner group, now Russia, they forced out the French in Burkina Faso. They forced out the French in Mali. And they are coming closer and closer. And then when you find the collaboration between the Russians and the Chinese, as you can see, the Chinese are all over the place in Africa.
Yep.
America dropped the ball after World War II, after the Cold War. They abandoned our beacon tower, and the concept of spying, keeping an eye on Africa, they dropped the ball, and they are now behind. As we speak, last week, Monday, the Secretary of State, Mr. Blinken, was in Niger, doing the same thing the CIA director is doing to President Weah. He visited Liberia, clandestinely discussed what they want to do. They invited him to the United States, starting down, said, this is the plan. And you are going to be the arrowhead. Liberia is going to be the arrowhead. This is what we are going to do. This is what we want to do. This is what we all have to do. So the U.S. is behind this, the kind of slack, and the enemy crept up on them, and now they have put it in full gear.
Thank you, good one.
But George, we have been selected. That chosen one.
Yep.
You see, the whole opposition is upside down. Finally, Rodney here recognized that. And he posted an editorial yesterday. He said America is playing a game of duality. That means they know that things are not too good, but they will accept Georgia and accept it. Anyway, read the paper, he said that. That George Weah has been selected no matter what this opposition have said and done. All of the conference report that is stuck in there, it was not meant for Liberia. We know the opposition did it. We know
Thank you.
They paid the lobby. So, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia is sitting pretty. The president is on his way to UAE, and he's coming back to Liberia, emboldening, bigger than anybody else on the continent, and we are glad to have him as our president, and we're going to be rejoicing. So he doesn't have to say anything.
Thank you, Jerome. We'll press the time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Luis.
Yeah.
Steven, you had an announcement. Yeah. You had an announcement. Do you want to make an announcement today or?
So that'll do it. I'll tell you, I said we should go tell him if you have the time.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But in the meantime, come. Yeah, in the meantime, since we got our 30 minutes, come up with the information you have, and if you don't mind, maybe this evening or tomorrow on my morning show, you can also come out to make that announcement. So tell us what.
We'll make an announcement here. We'll come out the morning show, do it, and in the afternoon tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll continue on that.
All right. So go ahead and tell what's going on. Go ahead and tell what's going on.
Folks, we want to appeal to your conscience. We run this place on LEC, and we try to get our LEC status correctly. And yesterday, LEC guys came and we had some issue with them, and we need to record our status, and we need to clear up with $200. $200. So we are asking for the assistance of anybody to do watching the show, do listening to us. Any amount you can send to us so that we'll be able to scale these guys up before Monday. So we get today, Saturday, we get Sunday, and Monday we are going to the LEC office to clear them out. And we just $200 we need. And we appreciate your help. So that I can for those that are watching already, I'm sending them out to you the same way or we call mobile money number.
Yeah.
And I'll pin it on this side so people to look at it. So,
yeah.
It's 0775 0880 450045. So everything that you're ready to put for your endpoint.
Yeah.
Those are watching for us from my side. I'm gonna pin the number up. We want to set up the LEC store before our next show on Monday. So we have a live, so I'll pin the number from this endpoint. So those that are watching from my side, I'm going to put the number up for you.
Yeah.
So that you be a part. We are still at $200. We need to straight up the issue of LEC. This is not LEC. We're not going to jail go.
Yeah, and I like that too. I like that. So guys, so the brother is asking for $200. Those of you that believe in the show, we are already sending a contribution, and we'll be sending our contribution from here, especially from me too.
So I just pinned the number
yes.
on our side.
Yes.
I just pinned the number up from our side. So do that watching. The number is there. That number is our send with number or we call mobile money account number, you send it to that number.
Yeah.
So we want to straighten up our issue of LDC, right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much. We appreciate the effort. And trust me, when you do that, we'll come around the show, we'll tell you, we'll call your names, if
Yes.
you around the S, Y, and Z, or Peter, the L, and Z, will come and tell you, thank you. And say,
most of my guys in here, they don't let people call it. They don't man, I see how you man. Yeah, I see how they don't call it. The man, I see how you man. Yeah, let's go ahead with the call.
360-356-0775, 360-356, or better still, you call 0555-679-0892. Add additional 30 minutes to the show.
Yeah.
And because why? So I went add additional 30 minutes to it because I got some inbox. We don't show the money, so that's good.
Yep. So let the call. Let the call keep coming.
Hello. You can't. Oh yeah, your call back because your line was terrible. Your call back.
And while we're waiting for. Yeah, and we're waiting for the call. Let me say this here. Nobody is able to do anything to President Weah in this country here. Why? Because he had done nothing to nobody. He's a peaceful president and he was a peaceful citizen. In fact, the man is already on his way to the UAE. He's not in America. So I don't know why people coming up and saying no kind of thing. But that's why we are here. To what? To dismantle the lies. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the U.S. ambassador said that they misinformation.
Yes.
Yeah, James Johnson. My name, Louis. It's Louis, right? So to call 0775 360 356 0775 360 356. I better say you call 0555 679 089. 0555 679 089. 0775 360 356. Call us on that number. In Liberia, take this one. Line 1. Let's hear you.
Hello.
You are in the hall. The feedback. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm doing trials on the radio.
Please do that. You guys bring a stereo feedback in my ear. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, this is
And Johnson, where, Augusta?
I'm calling from Deville.
Deville. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I just woke up from Steve. I didn't get any information concerning the state of
the president.
Oh my God!
So that means let me appeal with Jay Rennie to provide you 2 minutes of the state of the president. Rennie, go ahead. People have 2 minutes starting for the president for this man.
Yeah. So to not only to this guy but to everybody, the president has left the U.S. He's not in the U.S. anymore. He has left the U.S. and he's on his way to the Middle East and will be traveling back to Liberia. There was absolutely nothing they did here. Liberia had been a friend to the United States. That NSA office over there was built with the help of the CIA to help America. The Omega Tower that many of you guys saw, they were working with America. There are things taking place in our country. They got the Chinese, they got the Russian war that is taking place. America is trying to call all her friends them back. Liberia, as we always say, has been the only country that was never colonized and was founded by America. And this is the actual definition that is taking place now. So nobody should tell you that the president is in any trouble here. If the president was in trouble here, you want to tell me you're not here on CNN, DSTV, you're not here? You think America can operate in secret? You need to ask the people who give you that misinformation. So the president will be back next week. That is tomorrow. He's starting the new week. He will be back next week, and you will gladly see your president. So don't be carried away by any misinformation. Back to you, Steve and Steven. I mean, Luis and Steven. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Your name is Johnson. Say, go ahead.
For y'all, what information provided to you on our people. And And yourself, and you always get the negative information.
Yep.
So for my friends, we say thank you because you don't have a resident, you don't have freedom of speaking. But first of all, I want to say thank you to President Weah for taking the contribution to the national community that we have shown the national community qualified to come here to go to Africa.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's great. Good news.
So, yeah, good news. So we stay here.
Yeah. So let nobody be in America here and get any wrong information here. All right. Nobody in America here. So I dare anybody to go and call the front desk office at the CIA headquarters and say, "Oh, hey, President, we are in trouble." Let the opposition make that call. America will not stop you. Call them Monday morning. Call the CIA office Monday morning and ask them, "If you got a whole President, we are over there," and yeah, what the people tell you. Y'all will call them.
We announced to the public that our national team is back in the country. They arrived at the Raro International Airport. They are back and they go straight to camp. And on Tuesday, we all turn out in our welcome blue at the Samuel Kennedy Sports Stadium to cheer the Lone Star to victory.
The guys who did a splendid performance.
Yeah, they are back to the country, and so Africa will be landing tomorrow. So we are here, and on Tuesday, Johnson Max FM will bring again live.
Yeah.
Samuel Kennedy Sports Complex will be there also to bring again live. But those folks will be unable to attend again. We are children of the video. We must qualify to go.
Louis and Steven, let me say this to you guys and to the people listening to me. Let the opposition people call the CIA office Monday morning and ask them whether President we are in jail. Let them do it. Let them do it.
Well, for what reason? The first is that
no, you know why? You know why I'm saying this? There are some Liberians. Remember when you started the show, Stevie, you said there are some people over there that will believe every announcement. Let them tell them to call the CIA office.
Sure.
Call them. You know what about America? You can call the White House right now and say, "I want to speak to Biden." Somebody be there and say, "The men are here." Let them call on their live show and say, "I'm calling the CIA office." Then the CIA office, yeah. You got anybody why they call Joe Weah? And yeah, what the person will say, they will not do it because you know what? The person will tell them, say, "I don't know what you're talking about." And when one man tells you, "I don't know what you're talking about," they simply tell you, say, "You lying." That is the last request I want for any Liberian to ask their opposition talk show host them. Go call the people right now. Be live and call the people. That's America here, my brother. You don't have information from people here. So that take more cost. No good for nothing people don't order. Good for nothing people.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we still can take few calls. 0775, we take 10 calls and call on the 10.
Yes.
Checking the 10.
Yes.
0775 360356. 0775 360356. I bet also you call 0555 679 0555 679 Call on that number and you will be part of the discussion here on the Baku West Show. Jay Renning Davis in the US and Louis and Steven is back at home. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. I'm hearing you loud and clear. Go ahead, let's hear anywhere John's from.
Next up is tell you that I said big thank you for this show. You see, usually the CIA in America, I want you guys to be very transparent to this show. With each of the CIA in America, nothing you must say about CIA in America. So even those that live in Nigeria, especially, if they actually agent with the second level CIA.
Oh, they can't tell anything. But they both say they're ready president. They say they're ready president.
Investigation.
Investigating president. So how they going to do that one?
No, but one thing like this, I don't believe you say or I say.
Okay.
The functionary of CIA is nobody is informed. It's that core that operation.
Thank you. That guy right. That guy is right. That guy is right.
But CIA is not true. By the time the matter is all way to the counter the action on the CIA as that goes.
But yeah, but do you know that in Liberia on January 9? Do you know that CIA boss in Liberia on the 9th of January this year? I said, are you aware that Mr. Williams, the head of the CIA, was in Liberia on the 9th of January?
I know.
He had a close meeting with the president on the 9th of January.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was actually, we went to see what would be the first one, the same issue that was discussed on the fourth that to America.
So, thank you. So, thank you. Thank you. That's good. That's good.
There is nothing the president going to tell anybody based on what the CIA had told him.
Even when they put the Scotland Liberia when they make it during now,
yeah. Then I to the headquarters, yeah. Huh? Uh-huh.
You were escorted to the president's office by the chief of NSA.
Yep. Yep. The justice minister.
The chief justice, the justice minister.
Yep.
Then he paid a visit to
the NSA headquarters. I got everything here. I got everything here. And even Joseph Biden is planning to visit Africa this year as well too. Just so you know.
Sure, Joe Biden visit Africa.
So
who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yep. So let's go ahead with our caller.
Take your calls here. So we take your call 0775-360356. Important happening. We're talking again. Simply now is here. We'll be talking with other rest. 0775-360356. Or better still, you call 0555-6790. And now go to line 2 and take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you join us from?
I'm Jonathan D. calling from District 10.
District 10, let's hear you.
Yeah, brother. The first Kodua is a serious embarrassment in the year.
Couldn't agree more.
They can be having a bed, color the red mask on their feet, walking colors all on the car road. They said, no, they got Kodua, no, you can't. And it's 30 years. So really, I really want for the police or the government to do something. Let the Kodua do us in to be able to get our voting card. The Kodua yesterday, people ran away from all the land, were not able to get our voting card. It's a serious embarrassment here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That from District 10. That's District 10. That's what we're saying, violence in this election.
If the police, if the police can, yeah, go ahead.
Let's hear you anyway, Josh from. Oh, she slipped the line. Wow, who you call back?
Yeah, yeah. What I wanted to say, Luis, if the police cannot control the crowd in the U.S. here, we don't have that in Liberia. They call it reserve. If the police cannot control the crowd, the military need to come in and instill discipline in that community. Make sure that people register peacefully, and then everybody go home for that registration period of time. But you cannot have Yeke Koluba masquerading on the street order and creating intimidation in the mind of the people. So that's something that the security apparatus need to look at. And and I hope the UN embassy will look at what happened over there and caution Yeke Koluba behavior. Because remember, the UN embassy said something to Good for Nothing Eugene Fagon way back that he was trying to create instability in the country. So in the fairness of the people of Liberia, if all the people who in our district want to register and Yeke Koluba people are giving the hell, my suggestion would be let them reach out to the local authority and then at the same time reach out to the UN embassy and complain against Yeke Koluba people over there of intimidation. That will create an equal balance in there. The community need to get it. Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead, swear.
Yes, I don't want to inform people. You know, like, really, they look at something they explain, is coming to embarrassment protection of things. Number one, is not a full law or the other of things. So we need the police or we need a librarian. That is what the minister is the head of the security. Free one or let us over there. Yeke Koluba is crucial in disturbing the people from having a photo registration card. Because the people have the right to fill up and receive a photo registration card. So we are telling you people that only care. We are pretty there now. They should go there, man. Then Yeke Koluba stop it. People, because a lot of good people even go there. People full of Yeke Koluba.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's true.
Thank you.
That is that was the fourth caller, right? We got 4 more to go, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Is it right? You are told what you get call doing?
Get that person loud. Get that person loud. Can't hear them.
So you be audible, right? When you call, please be audible and then speak your mind and forever hold your peace. Don't be a coward. You walk out that many times before you're dead. In April, next month, we'll be announcing a special number for the female. What the female will be a part of the entire process. So beginning next month, we announce a special number for the female, and we have that now be direct from the female so that the female will be a part of the show every day.
Yes,
so
sir.
When we get the phone, get the singer ready. So if next month, we'll begin that for the female scholar. So 0775 360 356 0775 360 356. I better say you call 0555 679 089. Really no cover your head?
No cover my end. I always tell the guy that they need to call. I always tell them they need to call. Let me see what I got to call.
Please reduce your volume. Let's hear you. You know where John's from?
I can't hear that person. Well, let's wait to see whether we will get back on air. But guys, I mean, you're hearing firsthand how our people mind back home have been destroyed. The minds of the people have been destroyed.
When they see discussion is not disclose it.
And say that again, Louis.
Dispose. When they see hello, please sentiment. Ready, they say when they see I call you, they see public, you're going to post it and announce it that we are.
Louis, you're breaking out. Louis, you're breaking in. Oh.
No, but
Louis, you are breaking in. Oh. I think I had to turn his phone off. I think I had to turn his phone off. I had to turn his phone off and read that. I had to turn his phone and read that because he's breaking. He's breaking too much. Let me try to call him back. I hope they pick up. All right, so as we wait for the guys to call, all right, there you go.
Okay. Thank you. And let me take this one. Hello. Let's hear you. I'm calling for police academy. Let's hear you. So the issue that I can put on that bring people for this presidential is getting great. Last night, well, 2 days before last night, he came to the academy over there. And last night, because Rubra, he made it Rubra from the church.
You guys are getting too many interruptions, guys. I hope they will call back. They're getting too many interruptions. Yes, I'm here. Are you guys okay now? Yeah, we are here.
Okay. That's good. So we'll take 3 more calls. We'll call your date here.
Yes.
3 more, yes, we'll call your date. 0775 360356. 0775 360356 and 0555 679 089. 0555 679 089. Call in or take this person, one of the 3, 2 to go. Hello.
Hello?
Let's hear you. Anyway, join us from.
Okay, I'm Lucas Peter, calling from Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia, district number 1, let's hear you.
Yes, the thing number 4, it's number 4. What I want to say is this. We also review and look up to the CIA and America. The all just say, nobody can tell the state or tell the justification of the imitation of the president of America.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Go ahead.
Let's hear you. You say what?
Can you tell the justification of the imitation in America?
We already told you that. We already told you that. Louis. Tell the man to listen after the show. After the man to listen when we're ready to conclude.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Eric Williams calling from Stephen Tower. We were on in 19, which were sunny. We were on sunny. When Jackie Kuruwa brought in New Hope Community, Red Star, Jikota, New Hope. We went there and he discussed with, how to call the mayor, Jerry City, who called and said Jackie Kuruwa is the meeting for Jackie Kuruwa because Jackie Kuruwa to put up here at New Hope. Yeah, to talk to him, to give him name, to go to district to go and register. So yesterday, Jackie Kuruwa came and he brought box here, a box is here to come and take bait from here and carry that to district. So they are the people in the area that except in the Yaga City, that is Jerry City, then in New Hope here. Jerry City, Yaga Kuruwa.
Okay, thank you for further information to us. Thank you. Take the last one. Let's take the last call your day here. Yeah, thank you so much. Get one to let me take someone there too already here because this line. Okay, last call, let's see.
How are you?
Okay, let's hear you.
Yes, my name is James. I'm calling from Piano today.
Because the Grand Bass will go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. I'm hearing people say Jackie Kuruwa is disturbing. But my question is, what caused the disturbing? Jackie Kuruwa is being investigated and found guilty. Everybody is saying Jackie Kuruwa is disturbing. They are not sleeping. They are calling robbing, and Jackie Kuruwa is complaining that police people went to a house and they stole at a house and they called it for the police, they called it for the authority, and nobody can go there. So as a journalist, I went around this to see what are this.
The first thing we said that we condemn violence in division number 9, division number 8. The first we said on the show, we condemn violence. Who the police, whether this for.
The call been interrupted again. We got 2 more minutes to conclude.
End the show.
Are you there?
We are before Renee come to close. Let me encourage our Liberians to go ahead tomorrow. It's not be open. Go and register and get a voting card. For those watching, I'm on the card there. I did already. Yes, on voter card. I got mine. And this card is for 6 years. 6 years, you can use the card for anything. So I got mine already. That means on the 10th of October, I will be going to the ballot box to vote.
Good.
And don't ask me what I'm voting for. So on the 10th of October, I will be going to the ballot box to vote. And I prepared to make history. So,
that CIA operation, they're making that disclose that.
Guess what, really?
Uh-huh.
TV is traveling to the Grand Gillette. You know, seeing here from Grand Gillette County, he had interest in putting on somebody that we want to be representative. So Steve will be trying next month to Grand Gillette.
Okay.
He'll be trying to Grand Gillette next month to join us and trust us. While seeing Grand Gillette, we'll see what we can work around something.
Yeah.
In the future, will be there. So we have our broadcast lead in Grand Gillette. So be there on the show from Grand Gillette.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet. That would be sweet.
In Grand Gillette County, you'll be there. You will join us live from Grand Gillette County, and we'll be part of the show and have a fruitful broadcast.
Yeah.
Which is the process. Even during election process, about Grand Gillette County during election process to vote in Grand Gillette County. So we also have Steven joining us from Grand Gillette County to update during election and also during a campaign period.
What a way to go! What a way to go, Steve! What a way to go, man! All right.
That's it. That's it. Do it for the country.
Yes, 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 yes. So can I come in now to close up quickly, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, so let me say a big thank you to everyone listening to me here. Liberia, post-war Liberians, you guys got a lot to learn. Whether it is the older population or the new generation, you got a lot to learn, but you got to be very careful who you learn from. The CIA in this country got a lot of things that many Americans are not aware of it. If you have conversation around the different parks in America, the CIA operation is not a discussion that people can just have here. And if you ever think that Mr. Weah is going to come back to Liberia and tell you what went on over there, then you guys don't understand how the CIA operate. And I will just leave it as that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But folks, on this note,
and I in our one I see you. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for the show. We came in late today. I think Louis stretched that out to the 3 hours we wanted. I got here at 2:30 my time, and we started around 2:45. But I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys for the opportunity. Now, let's just put things into context here, right? I mean, look at when you listen to some of the callers, people are talking about the CIA. When last in the country have you seen the CIA having press conference in this country? Everything happening. When last have you seen the CIA in the media? But in Liberia, they want to see how the Liberia mindset can come into the American thing and can mess everything up. You got a lot. And these guys that are in the country here on other platforms that are really messing with the minds of the Liberian people. They are doing great danger to that country to help. But we'll continue to do our best here. So let us say thank you to you guys. All right. Thank you to you guys. We're back here on the show tomorrow. We'll be back here. I see a lot of comments here. Dang, I see a lot of comments here. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of comments. I didn't even post the comment. Let me see some of the comments there. Yeah, I didn't put the comment section on. My goodness, you forgive me. I didn't put a comment section on here today. Yes, I got called up with you guys down there. Yeah, let me see. A few people called. A few people wrote here today. All right. Hello there, Chief. Yeah, Aaron, how you doing, my brother? Let me see here. Who next here? My man, Mark. All right. Mark just called, and let me see my boy here. LRB guy, yes. We'll break that thing down. Perception electricity. We'll break that thing down. Yes. We'll break it down. We'll break it down in the real Kurokwa. Yes, LRB guy. We'll continue to break it down for them. Yes, we'll continue to break it down for them. Yes, we'll do that. So, yes, we'll break it down for them. Let me see it. Joseph Kalaku and Sleepy Joe, they are politically depressed. Yes, that's it right down there. And I see my good friend here, Charles F. Mountain. Yes, Charles, how you doing? Long time. Thank you so much for stopping by, Charles. All right. And then I see Aaron said, call. Yeah, Aaron, the phone was not really working because usually when I'm done with the phone, I can just shut it off. All right. When I'm done with the phone, I can just shut it off and it just sit there. I don't tamper with it because it is the people, it is you got a phone. So I don't tamper with it. Yes. I don't tamper with it. I just leave it as that. Yes. We got another Facebook user here. All right. Somebody said, thank you so much. Much appreciation. I know who that person is from my end here. Somebody said, 8 of us donate 25 weekend. Let me see what the person say here. All right. If 8 of us donate 25, we can do that. I will send mine. Yes. Yes, let me see who made a comment here quickly here. Yeah, so guys, I found the $200 goals. Yeah, please try to do it. Once I get that money, I will send it to Jap. We already done with last month payment. So by April the 10th, around April the 10th next month, that one will be paying our monthly bill. But I found the guys special project goal. Whatever help you guys can do. Once I get that money, I send it straight to our man in Newark, and he don't waste time. When he get that money, he paying it straight, and that's something I really appreciate him for. Yeah, I really appreciate him for that. Yeah, my man Yango, how you doing, my man? Yeah, Yango. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate my brother Yango. Yeah, thank you so much. What my man D Black, my man, I owe you. Yeah, I owe D Black something here. Oh, D Black asked me for something. I haven't sent it to him yet. I was trying to so that I can just forget. My man D Black, my man D Black, D Black wanted something from me. I haven't sent it to him yet. So D Black, I owe you. I owe you that one. Yeah, sometimes I can just be in a situation that I cannot really, capture things until I get to see you guys. So, thank you guys. Depending on the day today, let's see what will be back here this evening. It's the weekend, so let's see what will come back here this evening to have another round of lecture. Until then, let's take a time out and and go and sit down, do other things, and then we'll be back here. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Take care now.